Greetings guys and girls, fellow gamers, my name is Just4Kickz and welcome to Leap of Fate. Leap of Fate is a furiously paced cyberpunk RogueLite about overcoming your fears and achieving your fate. It is a unique blend of isometric perspective, furiously paced action and roguelike elements. As one of 4 technomages, you have 4 here. As one of these 4 technomages hiding in the shadows of New York City, your time has come to confront the Crucible of Fates, a mysterious testing ground that will magically pit you against your own psychological demons. Your journey through the Crucible has you fighting hordes upon hordes of enemies and overcome deviously laid traps. And that's the words of the developers. You can see them on the store page. That's how they describe the game. For full disclosure purposes, the developers were kind enough to provide me with a key to the game. I've spent approximately 8 to 10 hours in the game so far, trying to get to know everything to be able to give you a very good overview of this game. As mentioned earlier, like each of those characters is a technomage in New York City. They all have their own unique stories. As far as I know, they don't really intertwine with each other. The only thing they have in common is that they battle the Crucible of Fate. Each character has a set of skills that they start with. So if we look at the character's description, each of the characters start with a certain amount of health, with 2 keys for unlocking things. We're gonna get into all this a little bit later, and some extra energy. And they all have a basic attack, a shadow walk attack, and a glyph attack that they can use. Their basic attack is unlimited. In this case, Aeon can shoot an arc of 5 magic projectiles. His Shadow Walk ability is Haunting Wind. It deals damage when passing through enemies, which actually doesn't start out with Haunting Wind. It starts out as another skill and turns into this skill as you play the game. So this is what I really like. It upgrades your base skills as well. Your glyph, when you start, is Shadow Bolt. Snipe a single enemy with a quick bolt. Now, if we look, for example, at one of the other characters now, and that's why I wanted to unlock them all first, to give you a bit of show you off the diversity as well. You can see that for this character, his Shadow Walk, for example, is bait. Yeah, it creates a decoy that attracts attention. Also, you only can use 2 per mission. These little squares show you how many of them per combat session you can use before they exhaust. And his basic attack is a fire a powerful energy beam. Maintain the beam to increase intensity, but be careful, it might overheat. And a throw grenade to hit several enemies. Now, I'm not going to go through the other characters in that detail. I just want to show you that there's diversity between the characters. He also starts off with 7 health, has only 1 key in the beginning, and 3 extra energy. This might be something that carries over from other previously played games. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't paid that close attention to that yet. Now, let's start looking at the menu, the main options. The game is very simple. It can be controlled with the controller. So I have tried playing it with the Xbox controller. Personally, it's very Xbox controller friendly. I don't know about other controllers, but I just personally found it easier to play with the WASD keys. It found it easier to aim with the mouse and everything. So that's just me though, but it works really, really well with the controller. It has very basic movements. You can rebind these keys. The basic attack key, it seems you can't rebind for whatever reason. And it doesn't have that until I plug it in, so fair enough. And your teleport ability can rebind all the other things. So it's a very basic control, it's only very few. You can delete all your progress data if you would want to. Your video options are there. You have your resolution, your video quality, and your post-processing effects. You have fog, shadows, anti-aliasing. I turn VSync off just to see how high I can push it, and I have my frame rate set to unlimited. I don't know if that's a bad or good thing. So let's best get into the game and go over the rest of the actions of the characters in there. Now, as you can see, each character has a completed mission cycle where you get extra skills or power-ups as you complete missions. Like during each play session, you can complete multiple missions. Like I only managed to always complete 1 or 2 only before I die, so I'm awful at this game already. Here, for example, you can see that the first one, once you complete 1 mission, you get Shadow Walk. Once you get to complete 2 missions, you get damage increase with this character, which is a basic attacks permanently deal more damage. And this one is walks through enemies and damage them. So you can see that what I said earlier, that his actual Shadow Walk ability doesn't do that by default. It's only afterwards as a power-up. This is, you need 1 mission, 2 missions, and 3 missions. And that will unlock Big Mo. And once you unlock Big Mo, he has his own little power-up wheel where one of the missions is then to unlock the next character. Now it goes from 1, 2, 3, then to 5, 7. So you need another 2, and then increases by 2, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and 17. Oh, then goes 3, so 15 and 18 missions. So it's always in increments of 1 up to here, increments of 2 missions, and then 3 missions for the last one. And that's the same for all the characters. Now the power-ups are different. We can see here, for example, that the next one would be basic attacks that hit enemies have a chance to drop mana, gain an extra charge on your Shadow Walk Cliff. So there's a nice mix of choose Aeon's look. You get a character outfit, which is stored in here. So we need to complete another 10 missions, and we get another character outfit that we can choose to play with, which is really nice, and I really enjoy this. Now, as I said, each character has a different story to themselves. The only story I'm going to show you is for Aeon, because that's the first one that's going to be unlocked anyway, and I don't want to spoil the others. So here you can see the initial story that you see about the character, why he has to do what he's doing, why he's fighting the Crucible of Fate, or why he's undergoing the test, and his own story. And then you have possible futures. So as you complete all these achievements or challenges of the game, you can see different type of endings. So in this case, I think the first one was just kill an X amount of characters, like I think 1,000 characters or something, like 1,000 bad guys, and you get this. So let's look at the initial story of this character.
As long as I can remember, I've had issues with family. My mom got committed to an institution when I was 4. And my dad, who knows? So my grandparents took me in. The whole thing was a shock to them, and they sought refuge in esotericism. They became bitter and distant. At 19, I got accepted at NYU in physics. So I left Montreal as fast as I could, and never looked back. I loved sciences, but then I came upon this collection of arcane scriptures at the library. These texts went much deeper than those on my grandparents' bookshelf. I became obsessed. I came back day after day. That's when they made contact. The Cabal didn't need a silver tongue to convince. They just showed me. Magic. The stuff of legend. It was real. Soon after, I received my initiate's name, Eon. I was now part of an arcane society. A dream come true, right? Not quite. The Cabal's edicts are strict and dehumanizing. Ascension only occurs as magic replaces the mind, or so they said. I, Gabriel Oxley, started fading away. After 7 years of deprivation and absolute submission, it's a miracle I could still think. One fateful day, I found the last bit of resolve left in me, and I ran for my life.
And that's then when Ian, I thought it was Aeon, Ian came across the Crucible of Fate, which is then he's trying to do the test and so on, but this is, you get all that as you play the game then with that character. Now, I'm not going to show you the possible futures. Basically what this is, it's like the endings to his story, yeah? So he completed everything and certain missions, and then you get different types of endings. So you have the Ascension, which is obviously complete in hard mode, which is going to be the toughest one to get. So, and that's all there is to it from this point. Now we're gonna get right into a game, and let's play with Aeon because I'm used to him, and I only completed 5 missions with him. I completed only the mandatory missions with Big Mo to unlock Mukai, and Mukai I then completed all 9 missions, a little bit past unlocking Razimov, and Razimov I haven't played at all actually. So I've completed 9 missions with Mukai. Mukai is a very, very interesting character. She's a melee combat, and you have to get really in and nifty, and her story is also really, really amazing. I'm really enjoying it. So let's go and start the game and see what it's all about. So we can only play in normal mode, and that's it. So we're gonna go over the UI now in a second. So when you start a game, this is your 2 missions. You have per level, you can have missions. Now this is level 2, we start in level 1. Every time you have, I think you can do up to 6 levels, 1 to 6, and 6 would be then completing the actual game for that character. Not unlocking all the achievements, obviously, but I never got that far. I think the highest I ever got was level 2, and I never got to level 3. So it gets very, very tough. And it's roguelite in the sense that once your energy is gone, once your life force is gone, that's it. You're dead. So what you see on the screen here, this is the character, little logo of the avatar of the character, the number of keys he has. This will make more sense to you in a second. Keys are used to unlock chests within games, within combat sessions, or cards, mystery cards. We're gonna get into this now with the cards in a second. So this is the mana that is used as a currency, and then we have this here. I don't know what it's called. The game doesn't really allude to the name of this, but this is a special currency, and that is shared between all the characters all the time. So no matter what character I play, it will say this number here. So I haven't spent them yet, and what this special currency is used for is you can use it mainly that if you die to get like a second wind, like kind of that you're saying, okay, let's give you an extra life, and it costs a lot. So you might want to use it when you're like at the last stage of the game. Now this is your shadow walk attack, which you execute with space, and wherever you point your cursor, that's where he will shadow walk to. And in my case also, because I upgraded the skill, everything that stands in the path will get damaged. So if you have a group of people right here, you just go bam right through them, and that's it. And they can't hurt you while you go through it, but just be careful where you land when you come out. The right mouse is your other special attack. Now in the moment I'm not losing any of my units because I'm in the foyer, whatever you want to call it. Also the glyphs then we have, you can have here, I only have a shadow bolt glyph in the moment on my character, which is what you start out with, and through each session you gain you upgrade your skills, you get more glyphs, you can morph them into other glyphs, or morph your second ability into another special ability, but once you die it's all gone again. Now through the unlocking of missions or completing of missions, some of the skills stay permanently. So if we look at the skill tree, for example, this is throughout the game. You can unlock certain skills or buy skills with mana as you get upgrade cards that you will uncover. You can see already some of the skills are actually already permanently selected. So this one isn't actually for the moment. I think I have, in his case, one of the mobility skills already unlocked. Yeah, so this one here is already unlocked because Haunting Wind we got from completing a mission. As you've seen earlier, so that will always be there. So if we ever get another upgrade card for that, we can either go here or here. And all these skills, they seem to be randomly generated in a way, like every time you go here, it doesn't always give you the same type of skill with each playthrough, because they're kind of temporary only anyway. So, and then you lose them again. Now, why I'm talking about cards, when you start the game, and this is where it reminds me of Hand of Fate, you have 6 levels that you have to complete. Each level sets you out with a set of cards, a deck of cards that it puts in front of you. Each card could be a battle card, a mystery card, a shop card, you know, something that happens bad. And so let's just start. So in this case, we start off with this deck. Let's have a look, and you can see here's a battle card. Now, if you play through, this will get unlocked, then this, then this, then this, then this, and so on. And then the aim is to find the Guardian within the deck and defeat the Guardian. This is the 2 missions that we currently have, but none of these missions are actually for level 1, so which I like, because it means you can't just play the game over and over on level 1 and continue progressing in your mission story, in your main story, because you're gonna have to clear certain other levels. You know, you have to start becoming better. Now, this little deck of cards here is a special deck where you can unlock certain things with glyphs that you earn. They're not the same glyphs as this, they're like glyph icons, and they drop very rarely, and when you drop one, you can unlock one of those special cards to support you in your game. So here you go, the deck of fate. A danger rating is basically on the top, so when you have a combat card, you can have 1, 2, or 3 skulls, which is basically the difficulty rating, and then you can have a no chest, a small chest, or a big chest, or a gigantic chest even, which is the amount of rewards. You can have mystery cards, which you basically go in to get random rewards, or maybe sometimes even penalties. And to clear a level, you have to defeat the Guardian, which is a Guardian card which is hidden somewhere in the stack, so you don't know which is the best route. With mana, you can spend mana in shops to buy certain resources, regain health maybe, or upgrade your character. That is what the mana is for. So this game is very self-explanatory in that sense. Everything is there where you need it. So let's get started and go and get into the combat. And now you can see, I'm just gonna pause this, you can see the black bars here left and right on the game. Now, it didn't change resolution. My resolution is still 1920 by 1080. but it did that, and I have a feeling it did that so you can't really go all the way across the screen to execute, like say this skill here, yeah? If I would be able to aim all the way across the map, then that would be pretty, oh, whoa. That would be pretty bad, okay? So I think maybe this was more of a technical reason. So it's intentionally for effect or for practicality. Now we can see here we already have a shop, but we don't have really a lot of mana. But let's just show you the shop anyway. We can go back into it if we don't buy anything later. And you can see here you can, for example, buy health. You can buy a random glyph if you want. And the random glyph could replace, you know, your effect here, you know. Or a guardian reveal, which is very handy, so you can straight away aim for the guardian and get the level over really quick. So now we actually get an upgrade card. Do we have enough mana to upgrade? Yes. Now the upgrade cards don't let you choose what to upgrade. They're specific upgrade cards, as in this upgrade card here is yellow. It is specifically for attack skills. So you're gonna go into your attack skills and you can go and select one of those two and select the path. Now, again, when you die, this is all reset, and this skill might not actually be the same as it is now. Okay? And but the good thing is you have 6 levels to complete, and you can pretty much get a lot of upgrade cards and get through it. I don't know if you ever get to get quite a lot, but you can see all these here: chain lighting, unstoppable force, your basic attack now pierces through enemies. So in this case, let's just pick one. What do we have? Your basic attack deals even more damage. So this is like a permanent effect. And this one here is a blazing quetzal. Every few attacks, a piercing bolt is automatically fired. So this is kind of more random, like crits or something, you know, that happen every now and then. I don't like that. I like consistency. So I'm gonna go with that and I'm gonna upgrade. So this is gonna cost me 60 mana now. I get that deducted. And I got a mission failed. Why? Complete levels 1 and 2 without having ever entered a card twice. Alright, i.e. no backtracking allowed. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. You know, you just can't complete that mission now, so the maximum we can complete is this. But we get a new mission when we get into level 2. Now what we could do is we could go straight to the Guardian, or build up more mana, build up more things, try to earn more keys, blah 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 blah. So what I'm gonna show you now is the Guardian fight. And also, by the way, oh, I can show you that once they're dead. You look at this, destructible environments, absolutely awesome. There we go, we already got damage, but there's a health, very nice, I like that. Sweet. Now this one has 2 rounds because it's a harder fight, so let's just make a little bit of room here. And unlock the Guardian. Oh wow, okay, so let's see. Oh, of course there's minions. Okay, let's just shadow step away from here. Also, if you destroy an enemy or guardian with one of your special skills, you know, these ones here on the left and right, with your right click or space, you get more mana out of them. You get mana out of them and more points. So this one here is our permanent upgrade. This is what you see down here. This is the ones where I completed missions. Or in this case, the yellow one is the temporary one with DPS, but these 3 are permanent that we gain from completing missions. So let's go into this circle, because when you defeat the Guardian, you finish the level, and you get confronted with the Crucible of Fate, which is represented by an eyeball.
You're a shadow, Eon. You melt into the night. But that's not how you're going to overcome your fears.
Here we can choose now our reward. These ones are always randomized, so if I complete this level again in the next gaming session, I won't have the same 3 options. I might, but could not be. Basic attacks that hit enemies have a chance to drop mana. This is nice. You only get mana really when you finish off enemies with a special attack, what I just said earlier, or by exploding. A special attack is considered your Shadow Walk, your Cliff, or damage through environment. So if I blow up a car and somebody dies, I get mana for that. Malicious Spirit. At the end of the Shadow Walk, a projectile is shot towards a nearby enemy. That's always very nice. I like that. You take no damage from traps and explosive obstacles. Oh, that's okay, but we're long range anyway, so we won't be near the explosion. So I think this one is pretty nice. Now you can see this gets replaced because we finished the level, and now we have in a 1 skull combat card in level 2, generate mana from every kill. A special kill comes from Cliff, Shadow Walk, or obstacles. That would be quite a challenge. And again, these missions, every time you complete a mission, you are actually, in level 2, make a skill purchase in an upgrade card. So I can show you now how to finish a mission, because we should find a shop pretty quickly, unless I die. Oh, look at that. So here we can already hopefully, like, look, now you're in the lab. So now we have to complete all these guys with special skills. We have to kill all of them with special skills. Oh, wow, this is gonna be tricky. Oh, we did. I think we did. Did we complete the mission? They all died with... I got mana from every single one, I think. I'm not sure. Did I? Yes, there we go. Oh, look at that. And I got an achievement as well. So here we go, completed. Excellent. You have challenge cards. Yeah, actually, let's do that first. Last man standing. To succeed, kill the marked enemy last after having killed everything else. This will give you extra life, which is really handy. Now, I don't know if that life is permanent or not. So that's... I have 5 now. So if we look where the marked enemy is... Okay, let's see. There he is. Okay, let's try not to kill the marked enemy until later. Okay, this is actually quite tricky. Let me just... Let's kill these guys because they keep spawning in more. Ah, we failed. Okay, that was actually quite difficult because these green things, they cause you a lot of slime to walk through, which is really poisonous and kills you very easily. Then you have mystery cards. I'm gonna show you that first as well. So with the mystery card, you can get special things, sometimes health, and here in this case we get the deck of fate. Oh, right, it can be changed. So when you get one of those extra special cards, they show up here. And in this case, you can see, choose a card to skip over. So we could skip over a card to get to a Guardian or something easier. And here's the Guardian card. Now I'm going to let myself die in this so you can see what's going on. That was our reward from the completing the level 1. And I'm gonna now die. So there we go. Now when you die, you have the choice to buy for 100 units of those. I don't know what they're called really, and it's really annoying because I tried to look it up and everything is explained and everything is kind of in the first couple of tutorial missions. In the first mission when you get tutorial help, explained the names of things, but this is just not explained. It's like that symbol and the currency, and you can spend 100, but I don't want to because I only have 285 and that drops so rarely, and when they drop you only get about 5 or 10. So you really want to make that count when you spend it. Now I completed another mission, and my next unlock though, I need another mission, so I have to play it again. So let's play quickly another character. She's a male character. Now I only ever got to level 3 with her. She only has 3 lives. She's actually quite difficult to play with. Now a lot of people say she's easy to play with on the forums. I don't understand why. She's easy to control, but holy crap, she's hard to survive with. I died with no other character more than with her. And she has her different skills. So if we look at, she has a shield as well. So the very first time she gets hit, she doesn't actually get damage. And she has a very limited range melee attack. So there we go. Hide behind objects. Haha, look at that. She has that swing, and when we right click, she attaches a chain that slowly sucks the life force out of people, which is awesome. And we can see we got a glyph, so I can show you that. We just got a special glyph, and we can use that to unlock one of those cards. We can make it an upgrade card to basically get an extra chance of a proper upgrade. We can change our glyph, or we get a gift. A gift means basically we get random things like health, keys, energy. But I'm gonna show you the glyphs now, which is pretty cool. Some of them are really awesome. So as you play the game, your glyph is the right is this guy here. The right click, as far as I know. Let me see. Yeah, Chain Spirit. So that's her glyph power, which is the one with the right mouse. But now, if we look at that, it got changed to Psychic Venom. And now you have 2, so you can switch between the 2 if you want. Okay, so Psychic Venom, you establish a psychic link with nearby enemies and deal damage over time to them. So it's basically the same as this, but for multiple targets. So this seems pretty cool, so I can't wait to try that out. So let's give that a really quick spin to see what that is like. I open the mystery card just to move on. And oh, look at that, another upgrade card. Wow. That is pretty nifty. So we got a free upgrade card, which is gonna show up here, but we don't really have any mana, like enough mana to buy them. So let's just really quickly go into an easy combat zone. And oh, look at this. Oh crap, this had a combat modifier. So sometimes you can get negative effects on a combat. And this is where you have to lose these currencies as well. Every attack kills in one shot. This effect applies to you as well. So we have to be very careful not to get hit. And if you decline it, it costs you. Oh, look at that. I love that. I just do that. That is brilliant. Excellent. Is there anyone left? So that's an AoE that sucks all the life out of people. So let's do that. Let's wait for them to come to us. Excellent. Boom. So that wasn't too bad. Look at that, and as a reward we got an extra card. Sweet, and we can open the treasure chest. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that here. I think I showed you probably every possible variation of cards that you can get. The negative effect, that was really good timing that we got the negative effect to show you that. And I'm gonna leave it here. This game is very, very addictive and very entertaining. I'm gonna give up on that. I'm gonna return. 0 missions completed because, you know, you have your stats here. But I like the fact that all of these 4 have a different story. Each of those guys have different unique endings to their own story as well, with things you can accomplish. So here, kill creatures while invisible, complete normal mode, complete hard mode, home sweet home. So obviously the guy can go back home. Like, they all have a different story. The only thing they have in common, as I said earlier, is that they have to fight confront the Crucible of Fate. But aside from that, they're all very unique. And they all have a very unique playstyle. They're absolutely amazing. I can't actually wait to continue playing this myself, to complete all these, and it's a very fun experience so far. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode or review of this game, and if you want to know more about it, I'll leave the links in the descriptions to the Steam page, to the Steam store page. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to kick the like button in the balls, and I hope I see you guys in another episode. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming.